A number of years ago, Unite the Union did an exhibition and a symposium on the Spanish Civil War. As a result of this, we were provided with a photo by Hamid Hernandez of the Socorro Rojo in Gibraltar, where you can see a number of Gibraltarians, the Ballantine brothers, two Ballantine brothers there. You could see Juan Asquez, and you can see Mr. Hernandez as well there. But there are other individuals which we would like to recognize. The idea is that many Gibraltarians at the time of the Spanish Civil War took a position against fascism in Spain. And obviously they risked their lives. There were many Gibraltarians that died, many Gibraltarians that fought in the Spanish Civil War against fascism. And basically it's a part of our history that we want to find out more. So the idea was, once talking with the issue with Jennifer, the idea was to try and give it some publicity and see if we could find who the other individuals in the Socorro Rojo in Gibraltar, who they were, and try and find a bit about what kind of work they did. We know that, for example, they provided clothes, they provided money, medicines to those people that were affected by fascism in Spain, who were, we know that in La Línea, for example, at least 200 were shot dead and put in mass burial grounds. We know that people were arrested, hundreds of them, and this created a situation where many Gibraltarians were helping out. So basically this is the kind of information that we want to find out and provide an element of history during that particular epoch in time. Basically, what I would also like to add is that, as I said before, Gibraltarians died in Spain fighting against fascism. Gibraltarians were imprisoned in Spain for their commitment against fascism. And basically also many Gibraltarians disappeared during the particular time. We know that now through the Memoria Histórica in Spain, they're going to open a number of mass burial grounds in the Campo area. We know that there's one pending in La Línea, in the municipality of La Línea. We know that at least 200 people were shot during those days of the military coup. We know, for example, of one particular Gibraltarian that disappeared during that time. So basically, it would be also a call, apart from trying to find who were the members of the Socorro Rojo and those Gibraltarians that were helping the fight against fascism. It would also be to try and identify if there are any Gibraltarians that disappeared and were killed at the time in La Línea. So basically it's whether anybody knows about relatives of them, their grandparents or grandmother, who disappeared in strange circumstances during the Spanish Civil War. So if they could approach the Garrison Library or myself, that would be very much welcome.
It all sounds incredible and fascinating, and a piece of history that perhaps not many will know about, and it's almost 100 years old. What's been the challenge to try and get in touch with those individuals or to try and find that information?
Well, the call has been because our initial reaction to Michael's request was to start looking through the Gibraltar Chronicle and look through other papers as a means to understand the context and if there was any notice for the Socorro Rojo. But of course, Gibraltar during the Spanish Civil War remained neutral. And we understand that neutrality is a very complex state to occupy, because there's never any full neutrality. There are people with their own ideological underpinnings, but also moral and ethical ones in support of the Republicans, as was the case in Gibraltar, primarily for a working class, union-led demographic, but also within middle classes also supported the Republicans. So we're interested in finding information about any memories, any recollections that members of the public may have on the location of the Socorro Rojo offices at Gibraltar. That in itself would be a very interesting piece of history. Most of the buildings remain intact, and we could identify even where they were located, if in this area.
And how can they approach you if anybody has any information?
So of course, Michael. Michael is very well known in Gibraltar, and I'm sure that you will be flagged down in the street every day now after this. But of course, Michael Netto would welcome any information that comes his way. And please also contact the Gibraltar Garrison Library via our Facebook or our emails. We will certainly pass everything on to Michael, but we will also use that information to compile what is a database really on any details that come to hand. The aim is to, once we've collated enough information, pull together a fuller history of the Socorro Rojo.